What is going on, guys? You are listening to Wrestling Rocks. We have a bunch of news. A great Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. Some other people can disagree with that. But I am Blake the Snake, and I am joined by Kyle Blueprint Lepore. Kyle, what are your thoughts on tonight's Monday Night Raw?
I tell people, like you said, it was a very good show. I don't think it was great. That's your opinion, though. I think it was a very. It had some ups, had some downs. A lot of things I didn't like about it, but
I do want to apologize for his mic quality. It is kind of choppy. It is kind of choppy right now. So do bear with us about the mic quality. He does not have the best internet, but you don't think that this Monday Night Raw is great? You didn't think so?
honestly, yeah, I didn't think it was great. I definitely thought it was very good, but I don't know. I didn't think it was great. There were some bads about it that outweighed some goods about it, but I do think it was a very good show, though.
Thought so. Well, right off the start, Shane McMahon comes out. You have Shane McMahon's promo against his dad, which it was a good promo. Having security come out and, and I quote, he calls his dad a bastard. It was one of those, like, what the fuck? Did he really just say that? But, and then Vince shattering his the picture with him and,
Shane.
Him and Shane. I'm sorry, I'm doing, like, 4 different things at the same time. So, that's,
It's okay. Yeah, that was definitely interesting, though. I definitely really liked how they did that. I think they did it perfectly. Didn't go into detail too much. Didn't really bicker too much. I thought it was cool. And then the security coming out, trying to escort Shane, and then Shane beating him down, kind of thing. I thought it was really cool.
So did I. It was Monday Night Raw, my opinion. I know why you think Monday Night Raw wasn't that good. But
not the only reason. I'm not completely like shitting on it for one reason.
well, there was asshole chants to Vince McMahon. CM Punk chants happened. It was the only time I knew. I kind of figured that the CM Punk chants were going to happen, but
Oh, of course.
it wasn't terrible. But the first match of the night was Kevin Owens versus Neville, which that match was pretty damn good. It was what, a 5 to 8 minute match, if that.
Yeah, definitely around like 8 minutes.
It was a good match. Kevin Owens and Neville both going in big. Kevin Owens did a backflip off the top turnbuckle. I think it was a star.
He did like a switch around install type thing.
Yeah, and Kevin Owens wins by a roll up and grabbing the tights. Classic heel victory. Then Kevin Owens attacks Neville after the match, and then boom, Sami Zayn's music hits. And oh my goodness, did the crowd erupt.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw Sami Zayn come out, I messaged you and said this. There was a lot of reports saying that Sami Zayn was going to come and debut on this Raw. I didn't see it happening, and there was also reports saying that Sami Zayn was going to make have a WrestleMania match against Kevin Owens, and if that does happen, that means he's going to be going up for the IC title. But that also sums up saying that Sami Zayn's going to lose to Samoa Joe, because you're not going to have Sami Zayn go up against Finn Balor for the title and have him and we lost Kyle, and have Sami Zayn go against Finn Balor, because that's too predictable, and that makes it where you know who's going to win that match. So next match, Sami Zayn again debuts this Monday Night Raw. Honestly, I'm very surprised. I think that he is John Cena 3.0. I don't think he I don't think that he is. I don't know. I don't like that he's already getting called up. I think Finn Balor should be called up, but Finn Balor doesn't want to be called up, so that's the main issue with Finn Balor. So moving on, Brie Bella versus Summer Rae. It was just a time filler. Nothing crazy. Lana walks out, and Summer Rae rolls up Brie Bella. Lana uses one of Brie's moves to finish her off. And if you follow the WWE on Snapchat, they have a thing with Lana. Lana says, cuts a little small promo on Snapchat and walks out the arena. Honestly, I found it kind of hilarious that Brie Bella, whenever her Brie Mode theme song hit, immediately you had the little kiss. Yay! It was funny. I laughed, and excuse me. Um, it was very comical. Brie Bella doing the same moves, same old combination with Daniel Bryan's and his kicks. It wasn't anything crazy. Uh, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, this Raw could be bad. So after that horrific little 5-minute match, and we do have Kyle back finally. After that match, you have Dean Ambrose comes out, starts a promo about the WWE title, and, well, Dean killed it. He killed his promo, and I really do think so. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Triple H walks out, cuts his promo against Dean Ambrose, and I apologize for the echo. And I think there was a mix-up with Triple H's lines. It says, I don't fight on your time, and I don't fight on your time. That was his quote. It seems like he didn't remember the second part of his line. Kyle, did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught that. That was really weird. He messed up a few of his lines though, didn't he? In that promo, there was a few things like he messed up, he stuttered on, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest with you, we all know who's going to win Saturday, unless the backup plan happens. And speaking of, Roman Reigns was not at this Monday Night Raw. This makes it 2 weeks in a row, and it also makes our original video about it true. I was actually worried about it in the yesterday's video we made, saying that Roman Reigns, there's multiple reports saying that he was going to be there, and there's other reports saying that he wasn't. And I'm glad that our report was actually correct, saying that he wasn't going to be there. So now at this point, you're going to be 2 weeks away after this Monday. You're going to be 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. There's no story. What are they going to do? I mean, what are they going to do for 2 weeks? They have to put in a lot of story for 2 weeks. What do you do?
Well, for your point before about Saturday night, we know what's going to happen. Honestly, I don't think we know what's going to happen. It could honestly be a toss-up. The backup plan could definitely happen. Like you said before, is that Roman Reigns not being here, our reports were correct. So that backup plan is definitely still possible. Honestly, to me, Saturday, it's a 50-50 what could happen.
If the backup plan does happen, and I was going to go back to that, I will actually be a lot more excited, but that also kind of cuts the Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar being a street fight, unless they do the title a street fight, which would be awesome.
That would be very good.
I doubt they do that for the title. And then
it's possible.
It is possible, but if they go in for the backup plan, that also throws up there's no rematch clause. It makes it where you will see Triple H not go in for the rematch. Roman, and it also, like you said last night, though, it makes it where Roman Reigns can turn heel clean, and it makes it not bad because, as you stated last night, Roman Reigns can throw a bitch fit, and, this was supposed to be my title, you ruined my main event, and then turns on Dean Ambrose. Then you have a Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns feud as Roman Reigns is the heel, and if that happens, Roman Reigns can actually turn into a face, because every great face was once a heel. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. A lot of people don't know about The Rock, especially the younger fans. John Cena, Triple H. Ric Flair was a heel. Hulk Hogan, you can say was a heel with the NWO, but he wasn't. It wasn't like he was a heel at first. He was always the face of the company as the face. So, moving on to the match I took a shit on. Dolph Ziggler versus the League of Nations. I'll let you talk about this one.
Well, for one, I would like to say we've been kind of making fun of that Wade Barrett hasn't been in any matches lately. He was in this match. And I was very surprised at that, honestly. It was a good match. It was a 3-on-1 handicap match because Dolph Ziggler, I guess, tweeted out some stuff about, against the Authority. Like, okay, we're going to put you in a 3-on-1 against the League of Nations. And he did pretty well. He didn't do bad, but, of course, League of Nations won, and they gloated about it left. It wasn't that great of a match. It was a decent match. I mean, Dolph Ziggler, League of Nations, what are you going to get? But it was definitely a good match.
It was, I wouldn't even say it's a good match. It was just, I wasn't... I wasn't in on it. I didn't like it at all. And then, of course, the next match, I tell you, man, I should have went and took a shit during this match. But the next thing that happens is WWE takes a look back at Shane's career, which it kind of looked like a retirement video, in all honesty. It really did. It looked like it was more of a retirement video than it was of a look how bad. You can also look at it as look how badass Shane McMahon is. This dude doesn't give a fuck, and it goes back to my claims that Shane's going to kill himself at WrestleMania. I'm telling you, he is going to die. He is going to put his body on the line and kill himself. He's jumping off the top of the video board. The big old video board. He's jumping off of that. He's somehow getting up there and he's jumping off, putting the Undertaker through the cage and going through the ring. It is going to happen.
He's gonna be on top of just way on top of the stadium and just jump off of it into the ring. Oh man!
Screw the video board. He's going through the roof. He's going through the top of the stadium.
No, but in serious, no, I could see him honestly like jumping off the cell Undertaker, like on the announce table or something. I could see that he the best word for him is fearless. You saw the montage of his career, what he's done. He puts his body on the line in any way possible. It's amazing. He really will do anything. He doesn't care. And that match is going to tear down the house at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think that's honestly going to be the match of the night. I honestly think it will. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, I honestly don't know how I felt about them showing that video, because all it was is just them wasting time. It shows that they don't have the roster and the talent to go 3 hours. I mean, am I wrong?
I mean, you could say that, or you could say just like it's making people remember what Shane's done in his career, because a lot of people don't really know him. There's a lot of young fans who don't know who he is, what he's done, the past feuds, matches he's had, all that stuff. He's been around for a while, and people don't know that. So, I mean, that's kind of why they did it. It's like when they made the montage for Daniel Bryan, that kind of thing, I guess you can call that, just kind of like hyping it up kind of thing.
Before we get into the big topic that Kyle is super excited to talk about, the next match of the night is Team Bad versus Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. And, that's all I'm going to say about that match. All I'm going to say, it was just something to pass the time. Team Bad loses again. Sasha Banks makes Naomi tap out with the bank statement. And then Charlotte attacks Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Typical. And I think Charlotte got a boob job. With what she was wearing, her boobs look huge.
Yes, just a side note real quick.
Side note, this is unrated. We don't care. We don't care. We made that.
Hopefully there's no kids watching.
We made that clear on Mixlr. We're done with the PG era. So, R-Truth and Goldust have a segment. Nothing crazy. Get the crowd hyped. And then the match, Kyle is so excited, and it made Monday Night Raw amazing. Y2AJ versus the New Day for the tag team titles. Kyle, go. I'll let you go off. I'll let you go.
Sure for me to do this?
Go off. Go for it. The floor is yours.
Okay. First off, me and Blake can agree, it was a great match. It was definitely great. I like how Chris Jericho interfered in their finishing move, that kind of thing, and it was a great match. I didn't like how they ended it much with the New Day just winning cleanly. I was kind of hoping something else would have happened, like plenty of things, but one thing, I'll go into a few topics about this. One thing is making Jericho heel turn on AJ. That got under my skin. I understand, like, maybe they want to keep like AJ going in a face out, I guess, kind of thing for now. Make Jericho heel. He has heel and face turned so many times. There's no reason to do it again. Just let him go away. Forget that. Let AJ shine as a heel. Whatever. Give him the push he needs. And also, I was kind of upset where the Bullet Club thing, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Yes, they are on the main roster. They were rumored to appear tonight on Raw. I think my thing I told Blake I wanted to happen was them to interfere in the match, make AJ and Jericho lose, that kind of thing. They've had a perfect feud there. Could even led up to WrestleMania. It would have been amazing. But I don't understand why they are pushing Jericho still as a heel. I don't know why he would heel turn. I get them wanting to break up the tag team. Let AJ do it then. AJ would be better. Why do they keep pushing Jericho? It's so mind-boggling. It pissed me off. When I watched that, I was like, I'm done. I hate Raw. I was so pissed off because there's no reason to keep doing it. What are they going to relive the feud, AJ versus Y2J 4? There's no, because like you can't have this like turn on their tag team and not have a match to settle like, oh, okay, well, who's better? I don't want to see it again. 3 times. They built it for weeks. There's no reason to keep this going and have another feud of these two guys again. But Blake, how about your thoughts on that match?
The one thing I'll disagree, and I'm just letting you know, your fucking internet sucks. And the one thing
I'm
I'm
sorry.
going to disagree with you is the New Day winning clean was probably the best thing they could have had. New Day winning clean lets the Y2AJ basically disperse and let what happened happen. I don't like that Chris Jericho is the one that turned. I don't like that. I agree with you on that. I think if anything, AJ should have been the one to turn. Like the rumors have been going crazy about that AJ turns on Chris and Finn Balor and the Balor or the Bulletproof or the Balor Club comes out and they make the I don't know. And they make and then you have the Finn Balor versus AJ Styles feud. And I agree. We don't want to see AJ versus Chris Jericho 4. AJ already beat Chris Jericho at Fastlane 2 out of 3 times. Chris Jericho's already said, I don't like him, but I respect him. Now he turns on him, and now you have the same situation, and I'm basically repeating what Kyle said now, where we're about to have an AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho 4. Now, the one thing I told Kyle was if Chris Jericho had a title, it would be a different story.
Exactly.
That's the only thing, is if Chris Jericho had a title, it would be a very different story. But Chris Jericho doesn't have a title, so now what's going to happen? Are we going to have another feud where at WrestleMania we're going to have Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles? This is what I did not want. This is what I wished, and sadly, it looks like it's going to happen. I didn't want AJ Styles to be booked like this. Honestly, I wanted AJ Styles to be going up against for a belt. Not the WWE title. It's too soon for that. I'm talking a U.S. title belt or the IC title belt. The IC title belt is already out of the picture with Sami Zayn making a return. And we could talk about what I think is going to happen with the IC title for WrestleMania later on in the show. The U.S. title, it looks like Ryback's going to go after it after that little promo, or Gilbert or Goldberg, whatever you want to call him. So, I wanted to see AJ go for one of those titles, carry one of those titles, and prove himself. Because in Chicago, he got the biggest pop of the night. AJ Styles. And here is the great thing about this little promo, or the turn. The reason why Chris Jericho turned on AJ Styles is because, and I quote, Y2J started in Chicago, but everybody is chanting AJ Styles, AJ Styles. That is the dumbest fucking reason to turn on someone. Dumbest reason is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. I am so unhappy with the creative team with AJ Styles right now, and I honestly, a month ago when they were doing Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, I was thinking, this is good. Chris is getting him over, and it's making AJ Styles look strong. But then, boom, now we're having AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho 4. Kyle, do you have any final thoughts on this topic?
I mean, you covered everything. Yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, I did say before that I didn't love the New Day winning clean, but yes, you're right. It was the best possible thing to do.
If they don't win cleanly, you're going to. I'm sorry. If they don't win cleanly, they're going to WrestleMania, and you're having Y2AJ versus New Day.
Yeah, I understand. I do agree with you there. I do take back what I said. You are right about that, but I agree with you. Yeah, that is the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest promo I've ever seen Chris Jericho say. It's that, like you said, Y2J started in Chicago, but the fans are chanting AJ Styles. Who cares? It's no reason to turn on the guy or let him be heel. Either let AJ go heel or anything. Like, there's no reason to make this happen again. I don't know why they're making AJ versus Y2J again. There's no reason at all to do it. It's literally pointless. I get wanting to bring up the tag team. They had a decent run, whatever. It was a cool thing to do. But do it any other way, not this way again. We're reliving what happened. I don't get why.
And here's the sad thing. This match was match of the night.
It was, yes, it was a great match.
It was match of the night, and now we're talking about this, and it makes it look like the match was awful. This match was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
With Chris Jericho, I mean, it was like a pay-per-view match. It was amazing. AJ Styles, oh my god. AJ Styles is my favorite wrestler right now in the WWE, but good God, did he make that match a 5-star? Chris Jericho did just as much, but throughout the entire match, I'm thinking, okay, there's nothing for Chris Jericho to turn on. Oh, this could be AJ Styles turning on Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho got pinned. This could happen. And then it's the other way around. So moving on is Kalisto and my favorite entrance in the WWE, Tyler Breeze. Kalisto wins. It was a 2-minute match. And then next match is Curtis Axel versus Ryback. Moving on. Ryback cuts us some promos. I don't have a match at WrestleMania. I'm not like this. So before we cut into the main event, going back to the IC title. Sami Zayn, it has been rumored that the IC title will be a ladder match at WrestleMania. So it would make sense to have Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Neville, and this is the curveball is Neville, go in for the title match with a ladder match. So the reason I say Neville is because Neville did not lose clean. He lost by a roll-up, and apparently he had the tights. And obviously his ass showed because, he did it where you can't see on the camera. So he pulled the tights, and Neville didn't lose clean. So you can have next Monday or on Thursday, since you're going to have Miz TV go on SmackDown, and you're going to have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on that show. You can have it where it's Monday. You can have Neville come out and cut a promo saying, I didn't lose clean. This match, I should be in this match just as much. And imagine Neville in a ladder match at WrestleMania.
Man, that's going to be great. But I think honestly what should have happened, you might agree or disagree, Neville could have just won the match and then Kevin Owens beat him down and then Zayn came out. Why couldn't that happen?
No, because
you could have given Neville the win.
No, if Neville wins, that makes him the number one contender. If they go by the rules, which they haven't...
No, you could have Zayn interfere. Come on.
No, you can't, because if Neville wins, that means he becomes the number one contender. If he wins clean, that makes him the number one contender. So you can't have Sami Zayn run out and beat up Kevin Owens or something and be like, I want the title. Well, Neville's going to stand there.
He didn't have to win clean.
Yeah, he does.
He could have won on a roll-up.
No,
he could have won on a roll-up.
And a roll-up is clean.
I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I do agree with you there. But it still could have been where Neville pins Kevin Owens beats him down, Zayn comes out, and then you could have still had a triple threat. You could still do that.
Before we continue, if anyone wants to call in, 409-893-0904. The lines are open. But no, you can't. Neville has to win or has to lose for Sami. You can't have that. They did it correctly if they want Sami Zayn for the title. If Neville wins, that gives him the right to be the number one contender. If they do that, that means Neville has to face off against Sami Zayn at one of the Monday Night Raws. But we cannot forget, Sami Zayn is still a part of the NXT roster, and he's wrestling this Wednesday. Well, it's taped. He's already done it, but it's going to be airing Wednesday, where it's going to be Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn in a 2 out of 3 falls, and the winner is the number one contender. And then you have, apparently, NXT Dallas is... I can't remember his name. God bless.
What?
You know who. I can never pronounce his name.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. That is the rumor. Now, it's not 100%, but if Nakamura faces Sami Zayn, he still has to wrestle Friday at NXT Dallas. So, you can't have it where Sami Zayn's doing NXT and then he flies over from the main roster and has to do this one-on-one with Neville. That's too much.
Yeah, I understand that.
Moving on into the main event, which is pointless. Bray Wyatt versus... Well, no, because it... Okay, I'm about to flip out now. Bray Wyatt brings the feud back with Brock Lesnar. Why the fuck are we bringing this feud back? It happens at the Royal Rumble. Nothing is said. For weeks, and even at Fastlane, nothing is said about this feud. But Roadblocks this Saturday, we're going to talk about the feud. Hey, Brock, remember Saturday at Royal Rumble? We knocked you out. So, guess what? At Roadblock, we're going to wrestle. That's it. What? What?
I will say though, I
What the
did tell you
fuck?
they were going to bring it back. I did tell you that. I told you it was going to come back, man.
I'm leaving. Like, why would you bring this feud back? It is pointless to even have it.
I don't know if
Pointless.
they're really
It
bringing the feud
means
back.
nothing because Brock Lesnar already has a fucking match at WrestleMania. No matter what, he has a match at WrestleMania, either for the title, if the backup plan happens, or he's wrestling Dean Ambrose in a street fight. So are we going to forget the Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar match, which they already have fucking done for the past 2 weeks? They've already forgotten about that match. Unless Brock Lesnar interferes during the match, there's no storytelling with Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. Kyle, I'll let you go.
Honestly, I don't think they're necessarily bringing back the rivalry as it's just going to be like a one match kind of thing. Lesnar's going to win and then kind of like over, in my opinion. It could be like that, or it could be the Wyatt family interferes. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it. Maybe there's like nobody else for Lesnar really to go up against. I mean, I don't know why they're doing
Well,
it.
this is the main problem with Lesnar about not being a week-to-week wrestler, is you can't have stories progress. Because Lesnar only comes in once or twice a month whenever he's needed and has a storyline or has a match. So you have it where you don't have a fucking story because Paul Heyman can't talk for him because Paul Heyman's going to sit on his ass at home. Brock Lesnar's sitting on his ass at home. So let's cut in a new story. Dean, you're gonna you're gonna go for the title. Now I understand the backup plan, but now you put a halt to this story and go with a different route. There's no point. None. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree
And
with you. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
I'm getting a headache. Man. So before we continue, I do want to make an announcement for myself. There's a possibility I will not be here Thursday through Saturday. I will be able to do the pre-show for Roadblock and the after-show for Roadblock. I had a death in the family a week ago, and it is not 100% yet if we are going, but if we are, I will be in Louisiana from Thursday to Saturday, and I will not be, we will still be able to do the next big thing. Next big thing will go up on Wednesday if this happens. If it does not happen, I will have an update video for you guys out this week. So do not worry, I just wanted to make that announcement. So Kyle, we've covered everything. Storyline-wise, what all are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to what?
Or is there any more rants you're wanting to go on? Anything else you're not liking?
I would rather not go on a rant. I think I'm good for that. I think we went on enough rants. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this Saturday. Like, I honestly, people might say, oh, they know what's going to happen between Dean Ambrose and Triple H. Honestly, I don't think we do. It could really go either way.
You're right.
It honestly could. And I think either way.
Go ahead.
What?
I was going to say, you're right because of the backup plan that's being rumored. If that is happening, It is a coin toss. It all depends on Roman Reigns' health and if he can recover from this nose surgery, which is obvious that he's not being able to do because he has not made he's not made an appearance at all. So, continue.
But yeah, like you said, the backup plan, now that it's rumored, it's definitely a coin toss of what can happen. I'm looking forward to that. And I honestly think from a fan standpoint, it will be better and people would like a lot more if it was Ambrose wins the title, faces Lesnar at WrestleMania. Then maybe you have Roman Reigns like recover. He has a match against Triple H. They could even have the street fight, like switch the matches kind of around. It's Lesnar and Ambrose for the title, and then Roman Reigns and Triple H for the street fight. That could honestly work in my opinion too. And like I said, the fans would love it. Ambrose is a way better face than Reigns at the moment. He's more cheered, that kind of thing. What were you going to say?
Again, this is rumored. This is not 100%.
It's definitely rumored.
This is all rumors. Now, he said Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 32. That is the rumor. That if the backup plan happens, you will see that. So, we've basically covered everything for Monday Night Raw. Before we sign off, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook.com/Wrestling Rocks with a Side of Geek. Or get on Facebook and go on the search tab, Wrestling Rocks with a Side of Geek. For Twitter, it's Twitter.com/Wrestling Rocks. Be sure to hit the like button if you are enjoying what you are hearing. And don't ever miss another episode of Wrestling Rocks before the Monday Night Review. Next big thing, Side of Geek. And there's possibilities some more shows in the future. We will be having a Roadblock pre-show and after-show Saturday. So be sure to tune in for that. I'm Blake the Snake Carter. Joined by Kyle Lepore. Until next time, peace.